All right, guys, I'm back with part two of a three-part series on integrating rational functions. So if you remember from the last video, we did our warm-ups, and then we talked about integrating using long division. Okay, um, we did a few examples. I'll post the solutions to the even ones when I'm done this. But now let's talk about the second thing that I told you might have to do for the AP exam, and that is about factoring and simplifying. So if you take a look at this problem, it does not fall into the category of the numerator has a degree higher than the denominator, and the numerator's degree is not equal to the denominator. So we can't use long division on this problem. But what I can try to do is I can try to factor this denominator. So I've been telling you since day one of pre-calc that you've got to know how to factor. So hopefully you are able to factor this quadratic. It factors into x minus 3 and x plus 1. So hopefully you notice something at this point, that the x plus 1's cancel. And we end up with the integral of 1 over x minus 3 dx. Now you could do a u substitution on this, but the derivative of this is just 1. So du is going to equal just 1 dx. So it's just going to be a replacement here. So that dx will just be a du. So this becomes the natural log of the absolute value of whatever u is, which is x minus 3 plus c. Okay, and again, if you wanted to, you could do the u substitution over on the side. You can let u equal x minus 3. Du is equal to dx. So this becomes the integral of 1 over u du. But if you see this relationship without having to waste the time, remember this is a time test when you take it on May 22nd. I'm sorry, May 12th. When you do this exam on May 12th, this might be a time saver if you can just recognize that this is the natural log of x minus 3. Let's take a look at number 11. I have this random 2 hanging out in the front, so hopefully by now you know to pull that 2 out. X minus 2 on the top. We need to factor the bottom, so I know it's going to be a 2x and an x, and you do whatever you need to do in order to factor this. I'm thinking, let me see, I'm going to do my fancy schmancy way of factoring that I learned when I was a kid. So minus 2 and minus 3. You don't know what any of that means because I don't think any of your math teachers in high school have ever shown you that, but it's basically a guess and check method. But you guys probably did 2 times 6, got 12, and knew that negative 3 and negative 4 adds to negative 7 and multiplies to positive 12, and then you did factoring by grouping or whatever. X minus 2's cancel. We get 2 times the integral of 1 over 2x minus 3 dx. Now this is one of those cases where you might want to do the u substitution because the derivative of 2x minus 3 is not just 1. Okay, so over on the side here I'm going to let u equal 2x minus 3. So du equals 2 dx. So I've got to divide that 2 out. I get 1/2 du is equal to dx. So I can rewrite this integral. Don't forget this 2. When I was doing this problem earlier, I forgot about the 2. We have the 2 out in front. Integral of 1 over u times 1/2 du. When I pull the 1/2 out and multiply it by the 2, they're going to cancel out. So this just becomes the integral of 1 over u du. So I end up the natural log of u, which is 2x minus 3 plus c. Okay. I'm going to leave 10 and 12 for you guys to do. Let me see, we got 13 and we have 15. I feel like you can handle 13 on your own. 15 is kind of challenging. I will caution you on my hint to you on number 13 is it is not a natural log problem. That's my hint to you. You're going to have to use substitution, but I'm going to let you guys work through that one and see if you can figure it out. It is not a natural log problem. Not a natural log. So if you end up with a natural log there, you messed up somewhere. Okay, let's take a look at number 15. So I am going to factor Something tells me I need to factor the 3 out of that numerator. So I'm going to get 3 times x minus 5. If it doesn't help me, I can always multiply it back in. In the denominator, I'm going to get 2x and x. And again, I'm going to do my factoring by guess and check over here. I need a negative 7. So that's going to be a 2, and 5 is 10, and 3, that's got to be negative, that's got to be positive. That should do it, right? 2x squared minus 10 plus 3 is negative 7, and then negative 15. All right, so I'm good to go. Okay, so it looks like my thought process of factoring the 3 out paid off because my x minus 5s are going to cancel. This gives me the, oh, that red is not very easy to see, so let me try this green here. That gives me 3 over 2x plus 3 dx. Again, I can pull the 3 out, and I'm going to let u equal 2x plus 3. So u equals 2x plus 3. du equals 2 dx. 1/2 du is equal to dx. So that looks something like this. 3 pulled out, 1 over u times 1/2 du. I'm going to pull the 1/2 out. I get 3/2. The integral of 1 over u is the natural log of 2x plus 3. Don't forget the absolute value, plus c. All right, so I'm going to leave you guys to do 10, 12, 13, and 14, and 16. And again, 13 does not end up as a natural log. So if you end up with a natural log, it is wrong. Okay, email me if you have any questions. I miss you guys.